In this video, we're going to be talking about the strategies for segmentation of the market. The segmentation strategy begins by selecting the bases which are representing the core attributes of a group of existing or potential customers. Now, sometimes also called as a base for segmentation of the consumer market. But the strategies which we use, we had seen some of the segments, like four different segments on which generally the market is segmented or divided. But there are much more aspects under which we can further divide or subdivide the market. Some of these strategies which are used even further is geographic, demographic, psychological, psychographic, sociocultural, behavioral, use-related, usage situation, benefits that are sought, as well as a hybrid or a combination of any of this. Under each of these, we have sub parameters under each of these categories of segmentation, which are listed here. As you can see, under each of these four categories, we have further subcategories. Similarly, in the next four categories, we also have the subcategories which are listed here, as you can see. And finally, we have the benefit as well as the hybrid. Now, in the hybrid, you need not look at everything, but only the Valve framework for segmentation. Everything else, please just go through this. I'll be sharing the material because everything here is just going to be with examples. Now, you don't need to have the examples also, but the thing is, I mean, you don't need to know, as in you yourself can give me examples because you can easily give me examples on any of these categorization. The regions are north, south, east, west, and each of them have different food and clothing styles, so different products are marketed to these segments. Based on age, also you have kid products and youth products and products for the senior citizens. Between gender, also there's male products as well as female product. Male Horlicks, female Horlicks. We have male scooters, or you have female scooters which are launched. So you have different under each categorization. Also, you have different income levels. Have different kinds of products which are sold to them. When you're talking about income in terms of automobiles, you have Tata Nano for the lower income group, you have middle income group, Maruti Suzuki. And in Maruti Suzuki also you have different kinds of products within Maruti Suzuki for different income level products. So you're looking at the Swift, or you're looking at S Cross, or you're looking at Baleno, you're looking at anything as far as the Maruti products are concerned. For different categories, we have different products. So, as well as psychological or psychographic, which is life purely lifestyle based. Now, each of this, there are examples given. You don't need to know go to every single, but what the idea is, if you're aware of some of this, that's more than enough. Because there are a lot here. If you have to explain each of subcategory with example, there's going to be a huge amount of explanation that you can give. Okay, but VALS, I want you to go through the VALS framework, which is what I'll touch upon in this class. And the others, I'll just share the what do you say material because it's self-reading. It's very simple. But I'll also give you an idea of how is the difficulty level in terms of if we are trying to plot in terms of ease of cost of measurement from low to high, as well as the predictability, of consumer choice behavior between low to high. You'll see that demographic is very easy. And it's very easy to tell me. You can tell me what people like in Karnataka, what they don't like, what people like in Tamil Nadu, what they don't like, whether it's food choice or clothing choice. But when it comes to when you move up the ladder, when you move up the chart, when you move up the graph, when you look at behavioral, that's very difficult because the consumer behavioral patterns will change. Not easy to predict. Okay, having said that, all of this I'll leave it to yourself, whether you look in geographic, anything, whether you look in demographic, age, and all the examples that are given in here. Very good examples are given for different categorizations. Look at this airlines, we're looking at different income groups, everything has a different kind of segmentation. Okay, these ones are not really required for you. This part where you're looking at all this, I mean, this is all this prism, Claritas Prism, all this is not required. I mean, this is more of the US examples like movers and shakers. They divide them into further categorizations. It's just US way of splitting them. Okay, so that's not required. This Prism stuff is not required. Just know the remaining. And even when it comes to generation, also, where did the generation go? Oh, somewhere here. Yes. Artificial culture generation. Yeah, just generation. Looking at generation, yes, Gen X, Gen Y, baby boomers. This also is just for your knowledge. I mean, different generations are categorized based on the years that they were born, and each of these generations have different characteristics. So you can target each of the generation. You would fall into Gen Y, not Gen Y. You would fall into Gen Z actually. The Gen Z also not given here. You would fall into people who are born after 1995, not or after 2000, sorry, after 1995. Yeah, that's the categorization you would follow. You will be in Gen Z. Further, this also is not really required for you. The AIO, just for your knowledge. I'll touch upon vals because that's something I'm very keen on because it's kind of interesting how the categorization is done with one framework. Okay, Val's frame. So Val's is a framework. I forgot what that guy's name is. So Val's theory. The segmentation which is done based on this. So looking at innovators, survivors, believers, thinkers, achievers, strivers, experiencers, makers. So who are these people? You can categorize people based on the primary motivation as well as low innovation and resources. So when we examine the diagram from left to right, there are three primary motivators. Okay, ideals motivated. We'll go back. Looking at ideals, looking at achievement, looking at self-expression. That is the three motivational drivers. These consumer segments, which ideals, are guided by knowledge and principles. They are people who have a lot of principles. They follow principles in their life. Sorry, the spelling for principles is wrong. It should be PLES. Okay. Achievement motivated. These consumer segments are looking for products that demonstrate success to their peers. Okay, they are always achievement motivated. Self-expression motivated. These consumer segments desire social or physical activity, variety, and risk. Okay, and each of these categorization of motivators, we have subcategories. We'll look at that. But the other parameter on which the framework is built is, if you look at the top to bottom in the diagram, it reveals a kind of continuum in terms of resource and innovation. So on the top, high resource, high innovation; bottom, low resource and low innovation. So what requires high resource, high innovation for building the kind of products that innovators like, and low resource, low innovation for the building the products that survivors like. Below, even the believers, strivers, and makers will fall into low resource, low innovation, and the thinkers, achievers, and experience will fall into a high resource, high innovation, somewhere there. So, three drivers of motivation: ideals, achievement, self-expression. Under that, you have subcategories, and based on the resources and innovation. That's a vast framework, and it's generally used for psychographic segmentation or lifestyle segmentation. That's the VALS framework that is used for. And each of these, let's look at examples, makes it more clear. Innovators are people who take charge. They have a high self-esteem. Their purchase often reflected cultivated taste for relatively upscale products, niche products. So you're looking at people who look at anything new in technology. People come up with, if you have a new iPhone in the market, they want it. If you have a new MacBook in the market, they want it. If you have a new Audi car with has sophisticated luxury technology and inbuilt kind of, let's say, self-driving cars, or you're looking at somebody purchasing electric cars, these are innovators. They always want to adapt to something which are very sophisticated. Okay, they look at buying. They won't look at your normal phones. I mean, not phones. Sorry, watches. They'll purchase all these hi-fi watches, which has a combination of digital as well as a smart watch. Basically, what I'm trying to talk about. If you're looking at thinkers, which are more motivated by ideas as well as high resource. I'll go back to that main diagram. Look at thinkers. Ideals and high resources. Go back to thinkers. Where are they? Right, they're here. So they are ideals and they require high resources, right? And they fall into the first primary motivation category. We looked at innovators, which is on top. We're looking at the motivation of ideals. And under the ideal motivator, we're looking at thinkers. And thinkers, they are mature, satisfied, and reflective people motivated by ideas and who value order, knowledge, and responsibility. They tend to be more educated, actively seek information and decision making. They seek durability, functionality, and value in their products. So look at if you have to look at a pen, they'll go for Mont Blanc as a pen. Okay. So believers are motivated by ideals, but they have no resources.
Yo,